I call it. I want to share my best practices with you, how I do that. But first of all, we do have to pick up where we started this morning with the whole beauty control flag. And you need to go ahead and raise your right hand. And you need to repeat after me. I am open.
I am open
to embracing change.
to embracing change
So I can grow
so I can grow
in my business.
in my business.
We've seen a lot of change with Beauty U over the years. If you've been around even just the last couple of years, we were 8-hour Beauty U day with lunch. We were a 4-hour Beauty U day. We were in a hotel. Now we're 2 hours in our own home or in a coffee shop or whatever. So it really is our responsibility as leaders in our business to figure out what's going to work for us, what's going to mesh with our personality, and how are we going to accomplish our goals, because Beauty U is huge as far as engaging those new recruits and having a chance at a real spa girl. It's a critical first step. So I had to take a couple steps back and look at what the company had put out there and look at what I wanted to gain from that. So first of all, I call it Beauty U orientation. Orientation makes sense to people. They just joined your business. They just signed up. They need to be oriented. They don't know anything. They know nothing other than they bought a package and they have an opportunity. So someone needs to take them by the hand, and that someone is the director of the team. So we call it Beauty U orientation. My goals for Beauty U are, number one, to embrace the new family member and connect with her and build a relationship with her, okay? The second goal is to educate. I want to educate her. I want to give her the pertinent information she needs about our company and about our products. That's a huge first step. I want to empower her with a plan of action. So those three things are what I had in my mind when I came up with how I was going to do my Beauty U. I want her to leave intrigued, inspired, and excited about this new opportunity and these new products. So those are my goals as I set forth to plan what I was going to do. So tools and setup. For my display, where do I do my Beauty U's? Almost all in my home, or I've also done them in my consultant's home. If I've had a consultant that's recruited 4 or 5 people, they know her, I will go there and we can pull Beauty U there. They know her, they'll come to her home. Whatever it takes to get an increased attendance, right? So, but most of them I would say I do in my own home. For display, I have products on display. Now, if it's a formal orientation, and I say formal because I mean 5 or 6 people plus in attendance, because I do Beauty U on the fly too, and I'll talk about that. I have products set out that are in the ordering opportunity, and in her case, and in DreamStart. Those are the products that I have available on display. I have sensors. I have a simple document. It's so simple, your child could make it, and it just has information on what's BeautyNet, what's Beauty Page, what's the discount schedule, what is the shipping, just the core things that she just needs to know. How do you get online? What's Beauty TV? Just the things that I want that new girl to know. So, and it's just a simple 1-page document. And then I use the DreamStart brochure, of course. And then Tammy Miller, one of my amazing leaders on my team, created a skincare landscape document. It's so simple. It is a picture of all of our skincare lines and the pertinent things about them. So the highlights of clinical strength anti-aging may have used Obagi, Dermalogic, you know, the information we got when Smooth was launched, we just compiled all that from Gary's webinar together, and I told Chris we need to update the pictures because we've got the new packaging, but it's a simple document, but it just, at a glance, people understand the different lines of skincare we have, and that's such a huge thing. They're not going to do anything if they don't know what skincare line they're supposed to be using, right? So, and then I use, if you go to BeautyNet and you just print off the ordering opportunity, there's 4 pages for the ordering opportunity, so I have that. So I have those documents in place for every person that's coming. I said I have most of my Beauty U's in my home, so what do? The first thing I do, they come to my home, they're greeted by my dogs and myself very warmly. The dogs think that they're there to see them. It's always an icebreaker. And then when they come in, and it's very informal, we sit down on my couch and we just get to know each other. I offer them some water, very simple. I don't have food and I don't have a lot of fuss. And I find out a little bit about them, not their life story, just a little bit about them and what is the most interesting thing for you about beauty control? How they answer that tells me a lot. And then I tell my story very short, very briefly, and very, very intentionally. Everything I do in my Beauty U is very intentional. So I tell my story like this. I joined 10 years ago simply because it was a great deal and the products were amazing, and I was like, I just totally want to get that package and always get a discount. Then, after orientation, my wheels started turning and I thought, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be awesome if I could always have this checkbook that always had money in it? Because I was a dental hygienist and I made a good income, but sometimes there was $9 in my checking account 3 days before payday, and that really wasn't working for me. So I fantasized about having this little checkbook, this little business account that always had money in it, and I was just going to share the products with others. And then, after that started going well, I had my first party, made $200, came home. My husband said, when's your next party? And I said, well, I wasn't going to do any more. He said, well, why would you do any more? So I tell the story kind of fun, but lightheartedly. And then I tell them, you know what? I just chose to build a team of women that wanted the same thing I wanted. And that's why I'm here today as a director. I don't go into being a national executive director or anything that, Lord, no. I just wanted to know that I've become a leader on my team. It's been a blessing to my family. And then just later, we'll refer to that. This is supposed to be a tall ladder, so we're going to have to pretend later. But I use the analogy of the ladder later. But I just tell my story just that quick. Didn't take just more than a couple of minutes. So, leading to the ladder. So, then, after I told my story, I don't always, if it's a bigger group, I will actually bring our paint splattering ladder into and I'll actually step up on it, and it's kind of funny. If it's just a one-on-one or a couple people, I'll just refer to it. But I tell them, here's the awesome thing about your orientation today. We're gonna cover products, we're gonna make sure you're in the right skincare products for yourself, we're gonna talk about what Beauty Control offers for you, because this is your orientation. So this is where you get to take that information and make a choice for yourself where you wanna stand on the Beauty Control ladder. Do you just want to stand right here and use these products for yourself and your friends and family? Just your inner circle? Maybe share with, your mom, your sister, your neighbor. Or if that goes well and the feedback you get from them goes well, and you're like, oh my gosh, these products are awesome. Look at my skin, look at their skin. Maybe, and I probably with heels should not have a big letter anyway, but then you're just gonna, let's just pretend I took another step up because I don't really want to fall down in front of all of you. So you step up again, and maybe you're sharing with the girls at work, and you're passing out the monthly brochure, and you're collecting orders, and you're making a little pocket change. And then I just refer, maybe you want to do a couple parties. Why not? It's fun. Women love to sit and play with skincare, spa treatments, relax, have a glass of wine. And it's still very lighthearted, but I give her the idea that she can choose whatever step of the ladder she wants to stand on. And then I'm just there to provide her the information to help her decide that. So I just really want her to like me. I want her to see I'm relaxed and laid back, and I want to entice her into my world. So after we talk about the ladder, we go right to the information sheet. And this is the best part. She doesn't have to take notes. It's all written out. I barely go over it. I just hit the high points because I've typed it all out for her, and she can put it in a folder and take it home and read it at her leisure later. She just knows where to find the information. Then I show her the Achiever. Tell her a little bit about it. She's going to get the Achiever every month, the monthly brochure every month, and on the back page inside the Achiever, she can find the discount schedule, the shipping schedule, and when Gary's TV segments are. So I just show her where to find that information. So that doesn't take very long at all. And then we launch into the Dream Start brochure, and I go through the Dream Start brochure from start to finish. Because once it talks about the beauty insider, the social seller, the entrepreneur, that kind of makes her think back to the ladder. So she's thinking, who am I going to be? And then we go through the free product packages, and then we don't touch a lot on what the products are, but just the enticement of look how much in value of free products you can get when you decide to order more products for yourself in that inner circle. So we touch on that, and then we go to, very lightheartedly, the Living the Dream brochure. I want you to know what this amazing company offers you if you choose to be interested. And that is, we've got all these stepping stones of leadership where you earn these great rewards, ending with a $1,000 cash bonus and an international trip. free international trip for you and a guest. So that's available to you should you choose leadership in this company. So I'm really proud of that fact that we offer that. But once again, it's just going through it, doesn't take that long. So then she's already got that dream brochure anyway, so we set that aside. And then we get down to business and we sensor the skin, analyze. If there's more than one, I'll sensor my skin if it's just a one-on-one, so she has a comparison of what sensors look like, because I think sensors make us look very professional, and that gives us that knowledge of, it's just that extra oomph to help that we can actually determine how much oil your skin produces, which will therefore help us select the proper skincare for you. So then I will go through Tammy's document that's got the separate skincare at a glance. And it's so quick and easy because it's everything. She doesn't have to take notes. She just can listen to me as I review it, and it's all right there for her. And before she leaves, she has selected the best for her. So that's where we get in and we start talking and we start saying, what are you currently using? Tell me about your skin. And that gets into a nice discussion amongst everybody, and they can learn from each other, or it can just be one-on-one, it doesn't matter. So censoring and going through that, and what we're doing is we're forming her skincare regimen. I will also go through then the anti-aging treatments that are part of the ordering opportunities. I don't discuss any products that aren't in the case, that aren't in DreamStart, or aren't in the ordering opportunities. So therefore, she's familiar with the things that she's looking at when we're done. So then we go through, after we've done that, that takes the majority of the time. And I tell her, you know what, you would have had to bring a sleeping bag if we would go through the whole book. So read the book from cover to cover. Put it by your bedstand and take 4 or 5 pages a night so you're really familiar, because we really can solve all the skincare issues that women have. And at that point, we've already talked about anything specific. So I'm really pulling a regimen together for these women to start with. And they're getting excited about it. They're taking ownership of it. And they already know that they're part of the company. So they're very excited to be able to be properly introduced to what they should use themselves. Oh my gosh, that is not me. I'm already out of time. Holy cow. How did that happen? Okay, so now it's time to order, and almost everybody orders. Very rarely do people not order at My Beauty U. And then we create a plan. We create a plan for them to share with other people. Does that mean monthly brochures? Does that mean doing a spa? And so we create a plan, so there is an action plan, and that's where it's individual too. That's where it goes a little bit different. If they are interested in the business, I invite them to spa training. We set up the spa, or if it's one of my recruits that recruited her, we organize that. Okay. Words to say. I want to finish with words to say because I have no problem getting people to Beauty U, and so this is what I say. They've signed up, it's almost always at a spa, they've signed up, they've given me their agreement. I look them in the eye and I say, and I had to write this out so I didn't stumble. When we get together to go through the products in your package, I'll share everything you need to know. The sooner the better, because there are some free product packages that you qualify for because you're so new. So how soon can we get together? My next Beauty U scheduled is Thursday night at 7. Does that work for you? Pull your little phone out. Does that work for you? If it doesn't work for her, I will set up something whenever. And that's what I mean by Beauty U on the fly. I'll do it in a coffee shop. I totally related to what Sharon said this morning. The sooner you get with them, the better. One thing, if they are all excited and they want to place an order, but they weren't prepared to place an order, I will say, do you want me to just mark you as a no-show tonight and we will schedule another date, because your ordering opportunity is right now. It's at Beauty U. We can meet again if you want to. That doesn't happen that often. Usually they're ready to order at that time, but I have to give that offer because I don't want that offer to leave the table. So I have marked people as a no-show before, rescheduled their Beauty U, so that they're prepared. And let me tell you, that one usually goes well because they do leave inspired, they do leave excited, ready to share the products. And so that part works for me. You just need to remember that the ordering opportunity is side by side with the day that they're scheduled for Beauty U online. That's the most important thing to remember. So in closing, I want to say, you need to remember, above all else, they don't know what they don't know. They don't know anything. So you need to remember that they know nothing. Beauty U is huge.